Hello, friends, and welcome to episode 3 of Mistconceptions. I'm your host, David White. Now, as you can see, today's episode is going to run a little long. It is our first combat-heavy episode of Mistconceptions, and so we're going to introduce you to the combat rules and everything like that. But with that being said, I'm not going to waste time with doing an intro that's very long today, so let's just get straight to the action.
Previously on Mistconceptions.
Yeah, so this guy's on the ground, and everybody's kind of, not panicky, but a little excited. And this guy is going to kind of push himself off the ground, and he's going to take a wild swing at Bill.
My fist is cocked back, and though I've got a long sleeve shirt on, you know, whenever you're moving around and stuff, the sleeve usually comes back a little bit, a few inches. And you see on the tattoos on my wrist that they're glowing, and they start crawling up my wrist, and then they pull out of my skin and form brass knuckles around my fist as I'm throwing, and I make connection, and this guy hits the ground.
So I grab him by his legs and pull him outside.
Well, you start to drag him, and I realize that this is going to take a while. So I get the head and arms and lift him so we can carry him.
So you see these vines kind of come up, and they tie themselves around his hands and then tie around his feet. And then instead of doing vines around his mouth, because that would just be painful and unnecessary, there's a very thick leaf type structure that is kind of the width of a bandana, and it wraps itself around.
Why does he have a leaf over his mouth? That's not going to work. So I pull my sock off and I stuff it into his mouth.
Disgusting.
There. That ought to tie him off. It's also a nice little punishment too.
Yes, but the question is, who is he and why are we punishing him? Why are we a we?
I'm punishing him because he knows information that I need. And this dingus over here just sitting around. Yeah,
I was
dingus.
about to shoot him.
Oh my gosh, I just need answers. I don't need the arguing.
I needed information from this guy to go assist me in collecting debts from somebody else.
Why were you after this man?
He was a drug dealer, and he's dealing these really dangerous drugs that for some reason make people really violent and start attacking people, as if they're bears or something. It's really strange. So I was tracking him so I could see where he got these drugs from, because no one knows where these drugs came from. They just appeared a couple months ago, and it was really bad stuff, so I wanted to make sure.
And what were you going to do about it?
I was going to incapacitate him with my incapacitator gun.
Thank you. What are we going to do with him now?
We can take him back to my office. It's pretty secure.
All right, so we transition to Rin's business.
Look, man, it straight up looks like you peddle used dictionaries out of this place. It's perfect, because when this guy wakes up, he's going to think, oh, this is a place where people bring other people to torture them. So I guess it works for our uses.
Yo, what's going on, man? What's green ropes? What is this?
They're vines, actually. If you could be nice to them,
what
that
is
would
this,
be
Tarzan
great.
and Jane? Get this stuff off me.
I'm going to reach into his pockets.
Yo, man, that's my private property. You can't be digging around my pockets.
I pull out whatever's in his pockets.
Okay, you pull out a little baggie with some pills inside.
Let me just go back to my office. I'll investigate what this is. You just keep asking questions.
All right, Pedro. I know you hang out with Marcus. And I checked a couple of places where he's supposed to be. And he's at neither of those places. I'm sure he's talked to you about what's going on. And that's why I know you know who Jeremiah is. And since I know that, you will know that I can do some very not nice things to you, regardless of what the people in here are saying. And I can make you tell me where he is.
Marcus, you mean Dr. Malcolm? Man, I don't... Listen, he just found me, all right? He found me. He gave me these drugs, all right? And then we'll transition to Rin, who gets that text while he is loading the drugs into, whatever sort of device you're going to use to do that.
So I've got like one on like this like high-tech scanner that's like scanning what it exactly looks like and what's going on, see for any kind of hidden signs of what it is, and then I've just got into like different machines, like one where it's just like chopping them all up and spinning it to see what happens, and just like numerous machines, and I've like distributed them to figure out what the pills are, and I roll to see.
You do all these things, and it like narrows it down, and the shaded parts of your holographic map show up, and it narrows it down to 2 locations that it could be.
All right. I think that's about as useful as you'll be to us.
I have a gun that I can just place a tracker on him, so we can always keep track of where he is.
What are you doing with him now?
Say we take him to the bar and put a bunch of empty cups in front of him so that when he wakes up, think it was just a bad dream and that he had a lot to drink.
Okay, which bar are you taking him to?
Or we just throw him in an alley with a half-empty bottle or something. That's better. Yeah, let's do that.
The city, a mashed up combo of the old world and the new, of the mundane and the mystical. By day, this city is everything it seems, a city with towering skyscrapers, potholes that never seem to stay fixed, and stiffs in ties and dames in high heels. But at night, the real nature of the city comes out. At night, the shifty-eyed stalker becomes a creature with dripping claws and a maw full of teeth. At night, cars roll down the streets with no one in the driver's seat. But when morning comes, nobody can remember how the night really went. They remember through a fog, or more appropriately, a mist. No one knows where the mist came from, or its true nature. In fact, most everyone in the city doesn't even know the mist exists. The mist doesn't just cover up either. It affects everything and everyone in the city, changing them, warping them. Most of those affected by the mist, they take what the mist gives them to turn a profit or pursue selfish gains. But there are some, just a few, that fight the good fight. They put their necks on the line to protect the city from the nefarious ne'er-do-wells. It's not always easy. In fact, it never is. But these legends don't surrender. This is a story of a few of those legends. Their story needs to be told, and it needs to be heard.
All right, Tessa and Jaime, do you need to like do your voices to get back into character? Red, yellow, leather, leather, red, leather, 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 red, leather, leather.
Red leather, yellow
Red
leather.
leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather. Red, red, leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather.
All right, let's go around the table, reintroduce everyone because it has been a week since you last heard all of our beautiful voices. Let's start on my left. Carrie, who are you playing?
I am playing Esther Black.
Okay, the sassy bartender, as I remember. Last time we played, we got to see a little bit of your powers. You reacted before it happened whenever you were grabbing Pedro's gun, whenever he broke into your bar. Tell us a little bit about your powers. Where do they come from? Kind of give us a little bit of background information on that.
They come from an owl ring that I received as a gift from my father. I'm just kind of figuring all that out, so I don't know exactly how it all works or why I have it, but we'll learn together.
Okay. And on to Tessa. Tessa, who are you playing?
I'm playing Faye Carver.
Okay. Are y'all playing a maraca? What are you doing?
Sorry, we'll put our maracas away.
I'm doing the stupid bottle flip with your dice blocks.
I was trying to balance something.
Jaime, why are you grabbing David's neck?
What are we talking about?
Me, Faye.
Call this.
Yeah, Faye, you are the socially justice inclined teacher.
Yes.
Yeah. And last time we also saw a little bit of your powers whenever you tripped Pedro, and then you subsequently bound his body up with vines and a banana leaf.
Yes,
So-
that is correct.
So tell us, where does she get these powers? Where's her powers originate from?
At probably around the age of 12, Faye started having these weird flashbacks to a different time, and about that same time she started being able to control the nature around her. And so she spent most of her teenage years kind of figuring all of that out. She has a pretty good grasp on it right now, but it just kind of started with, like, as she would walk by plants, they would get better and straighten up and heal themselves. And so she started noticing that, and then she started kind of experimenting.
Okay. And she's grown it to the level that she
Yeah.
can now vine whip somebody a la Bulbasaur.
Yes.
All right, cool. Next, let's go to
Trademark
Zach.
Pokemon.
Yeah, don't sue us, Nintendo. I love your new system, the Switch. Anyways, Zach, who are you playing?
I'm playing Ren Pascal.
Oh, you're also praying.
I'm praying.
I'm glad. We've gotten to see quite a bit of Ren's powers. It seems like, well, whenever Esther went to punch him in the head, she hit some metal object that was in your skull, and you have your futuristic shotgun, and you have all these cool abilities. But tell us, where does Ren get his special abilities from? Tell us more about Ren.
He gets a special ability. He was hit. All he remembers was that he was hit by a car, and then he woke up in this like strange medical, very futuristic facility, which is where he found the prototype for the shotgun that he has now.
Oh, okay.
But he woke up and saw X-rays of his brain, and then also went to the doctor to make sure. But his part of his brain is metal, and he's kind of, and then also part of the skull is metal, where that metal brain is.
Yeah.
So he has that, and so he gets all of his kind of techie powers, I guess, of being able to be his own wireless hub and process information quicker than when he used to.
So you have cybernetic enhancements in your brain?
Yeah, cybernetic enhancements, and Ren is currently working on a cybernetic enhancement to be able to run faster and.
So he's going to cybernetically
harder.
enhance the rest of his body?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I look forward to it. Also, side note, Metal Brain. Good name for punk rock band. That's a freebie, y'all. Y'all get to have that. Jaime, what... we've seen a lot of Bill's powers, actually. It seems to be connected to some tattoos that he keeps under his sleeve. So tell me more about Bill's tattoos. Where did he get these tattoos, and why are they magical?
Yeah, he was he's kind of a punk, Bill. I drew a lot of inspiration for this character from Zach and David.
Wait, what?
So
You're not wrong.
What?
Roasted.
Thanks.
No, but
So brother right.
he's always been kind of slumming it, but he never got tattoos or anything. He's just always kind of a straight-laced person. I know it seems contradictory, but
Yeah, except for his
roll with me.
just proliferate. Is that a word? Proliferate?
Proliferous?
Proliferous. I'm looking for the noun version of, or adjective version of proliferate.
Prolific.
Like, comment, and subscribe if you know what the adjective
Oh my
of
gosh.
proliferate is. Anyways, gambling. He gambles, or he did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I was gonna say he didn't have tattoos at all until he came under his recent employ at the casino.
Mm.
And,
The Golden Flamingo Casino.
Yeah, the Golden Flamingo.
So aptly named for, I mean, I guess golden flamingos.
accurate.
Yeah, okay.
And like since he started working there, he just has gotten tatted up, and so it might be a nod as to who he's working for.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, Bill has tattoos everywhere, like
Okay.
wrist,
Just
to
all across his
neck
body.
to ankles,
Okay.
and They allow him to do things which you'll know more about next time on.
Yeah, thanks for joining us for this episode.
Misconceptions.
See you next time. No, just kidding. Okay, cool. Now that we've learned a little bit more about y'all and your characters, let us jump in to the adventure. Last time we left off, y'all had just dumped Pedro, the drug dealer, sans drugs, in an alleyway with a tracer in him and a fake tracer underneath his arm in case he ever found that one. He would think that he was okay. But anyways, you also found that the drugs that he had was being manufactured at one of two warehouses on the city river. You have these two locations. Ren found them. He has them pulled up. Might have sent them to you in his group text. So what do you want to do?
Not split up.
I beg to
Agreed.
differ.
I don't trust that I'll get all of the appropriate information. So I definitely want to go to both places.
Velma, jeez. Just ruined my Scooby-Doo themed episode already.
Push up
think-
my glasses.
I think we should split up.
That's what David
looked at
wants
the
us to do.
statistics, And statistically, if we split up, we're all going to die.
I want to go to the location that's closest to us.
Well, yeah, let's go to the closest one.
Somebody give me a D6. High or low? Who wants to call it?
Hi.
You come upon this warehouse on the river. It's on the south side of the river, closest to Morty's. From the outside looking in, it looks to be a vacant warehouse. This is the city. There are vacant warehouses where mysterious things happen all the time. And this looks to be one of them. No activity, nobody coming in or out. Just very quiet.
Are there any windows that we could look through?
Yes, maybe on the second level almost. Like they're kind of roof windows that would shine in.
I can use my cybernetic lenses to search for heat signatures.
Sure.
Okay.
You could go ahead and roll.
I'll use my biorhythmic scanners, cybernetic lenses, and then the heightened processing speed.
Okay. Roll it without heightened processing speed. Because I don't think that would help you with this one.
I could think faster.
Okay.
9.
You look through and you do not see any heat signatures.
Let's just go in.
Lead paint.
Lead paint. Okay, so where is the door?
There is a large double door, very metal, very locked because there's a lock on it.
I'm going to try to pick the lock.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. Take the risk.
Can I use my streetwise and life lessons?
Yeah, I like that. Go ahead and roll it. Take the risk.
9.
So you pull out a lockpick from your jacket, stick it in the hole, and you jiggle it around.
You tried so hard to avoid it.
I did. That's right.
Stick it in the lock.
It pops right open. Yes, you stick it in the lock. Pops right open. Unfortunately, your lockpick breaks after you do that. So.
Oh, it's a good thing I have another one.
Just unlimited supply of
But
lockpicks.
you only brought one with you.
Just out of curiosity, does anybody else have a lockpick?
I have anything necessary.
What does that even mean?
Faye, I think he was trying to answer my question, but he didn't.
No, he did. He'll be fine.
Is a
He'll help
lockpick-
us out.
Is a lockpick necessary? If it is, I have it.
I don't think we want to know how he has it. We just trust and, go with it. It's fine.
I don't trust him.
Okay, let's just open the door, shall we?
All right, you open up the doors. You walk inside. There are just a lot of boxes, a lot of metal shelves with boxes on them, just all throughout the warehouse.
So would we all like to split up and just do a quick glance through the warehouse, see if we notice anything?
I don't think that would be a good idea.
Okay, it's a warehouse. We can all see each other.
I've already walked off at this point, and I'm starting to do my own casing of the joint.
As you're exploring, you see that all of these boxes are tied or have the logo for a business called Legendary Solutions. You would all know what Legendary Solutions is, but Rin, Legendary Solutions is run by a man named Drace DeSantos. He is a very wealthy man, and a man who is very generous in giving back to the public. Legendary Solutions has their headquarters here in the city, and he is just kind of the billionaire playboy. Think Bruce Wayne. He's a billionaire playboy, a philanthropist. But I guess Bruce Wayne has like a negative connotation to him.
Bill Gates. Bill Gates is super into philanthropy. That'd be a good
Yeah, think Bill Gates. All these boxes seem to be from Legendary Solutions. So as you're going through the boxes, you're opening them up, finding different stuff. It's just a lot of product, merchandise, iPhone or L phone 7s,
Pair phones.
yeah, pair phones
I like
from
it.
GTA. It tastes disgusting. They put this really nasty coating on it so that dogs and babies would not stick it in their mouth, and it tastes like just the worst earwax. Like you haven't washed your ears since you were born, and it kind of sticks with you for a little bit. It is a disgusting flavor, really is. But yeah, y'all go through this warehouse, and I mean, it's just a Legendary Solutions warehouse.
This is really strange. There's no one here. There's no security cameras. Why are all these boxes sitting here?
There's
Actually, did
There
we
are definitely
verify that
security
there
cameras.
aren't security cameras? Because I'm pretty sure
they are
we
watching
didn't
us
check
right
that.
now.
I checked. No security cameras.
You're completely wrong.
Did you check?
Yeah.
You
No,
did,
you
did
checked-
not.
checked the
just
heat
made that up.
You
signature.
heat signatured.
Security cameras do not put off.
Security cameras
He-
put out
so-
some energy.
No.
Ren says, "Yeah, I checked for security cameras." As he rolls an investigate roll to look for security cameras.
10.
Yeah, there are.
I slap him. for
There's
snake eyes with
multiple
disruption.
ones up in the rafters, all looking down. And you follow the electricity current, and they are all on.
Damn, we're in a tight spot. So I pull out my laptop and I start trying to hack into the mainframe and shut off the cameras and erase their memory. Face danger?
It might be a face of danger or take the risk. Let me check my my printed starter set that I received from the Kickstarter. If you didn't receive yours, well, that's just too bad. Oh no, it wouldn't be a face danger. That's stupid.
I'll use high-tech laptop, all the new toys, computers.
Okay.
I slap him in the face.
12.
Okay, yeah. So you hack into the mainframe and you see all the red dots up in the ceiling go zoom, and they shut off.
Cool.
Did he erase the memory too?
No, they had live feeds.
They were live feeds. Well, player knowledge, not character knowledge.
Yeah.
So you don't know.
Got it. Okay.
Well, when he said this belonged to a billionaire, it's like, yeah, he's got live feed. Like, there's no doubt.
Yeah. So you do manage to shut it off.
Okay, so is there anything of value here with the whole Legendary Solutions thing, or do we need to move on?
I think we should try and see if there's a basement of some kind, and then
That would
if
be a swell idea. We should probably get out of here, though,
If we don't find a basement, then we should probably just get
Okay.
out.
because it looked like all those cameras live feed. There's no recording base.
Okay, so is there a basement? What good are you, GM?
I can tell you what you know.
Great.
Right now you do not know.
Can I roll an investigative check for a basement?
I'm going to make up a new rule right now. I want you to roll a group investigate check. So elect one person to roll, and then I want each person to pick one tag that they could add to this roll. And it will
Okay.
represent all of you investigating together. So,
I will roll.
Okay, hear me out.
Yeah.
In this situation, there
Uh-huh.
would be a lot
Well,
of
I have
anxiety
investigative.
and stress.
mm-hmm.
So, when you are anxious or stressed out, it is very easy to miss things that you would otherwise normally catch, right?
Uh-huh.
So,
Trying to use
the
a
only
weakness
thing
die.
that I have is calming presence. And I think that could be useful in a frantic search for a basement. So, people are like, oh God, it's okay.
Yeah.
Just slow
Accurate.
down. Slow
Yeah.
as smooth, smooth as fast.
Okay, I'll allow it. So, calming presence, +1.
Yeah.
Ren, what do you have?
Cybernetic lenses.
Okay, +1 for
That's pretty
cybernetic
helpful.
lenses.
Yeah.
What about you? Esther?
Investigative.
Investigative, +1. Okay. And Faye, do you have anything?
Resourceful?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Good eye.
Yeah,
Oh,
that'll
yeah,
work.
that'll work.
Snake eyes. Oh my god.
Okay. We got 3, but with all 4 of us, it was 7.
Good eye, mate.
Yeah, you search. You don't find anything, but as you're searching, you do hear police sirens coming towards the warehouse. How are y'all going to escape the warehouse? Yeah.
Is it like the tin sheet metal?
Yes.
Oh, easy. We just run to the wall.
What? Run through the wall?
Run to the wall.
Oh.
And then I create an ectoplasm vibroblade.
Copyrighted.
What? No, I can just make a ladder with the vines and we can just climb out the window. Okay, cool.
So I make a ladder, mind control, entangling vines. Okay, 9.
Okay. Where do your vines come from?
Anywhere, as long as there's ground nearby, like dirt.
Okay.
So the soil
it could
from
grow
out
from
the
the
window
outside.
could come in.
Sure. Yeah, I like the idea. So blue and red lights are flashing. You hear some footsteps outside. And from the top of the building where those windows are, squeeze their way through the window, open it up, and start working their way down to where y'all are. So go ahead and roll a sneaking around. So everybody add whatever you can add. At the opening, y'all are towards the back of the warehouse. And towards the opening of the warehouse where y'all entered in, 3 cops have entered, and they have flashlights and are looking around. The good news is that it is very dark in here, and if you're quiet enough, they won't shine their flashlights on you.
I'm
So,
invisible.
what'd you get?
I rolled 2 6s.
So Bill is as silent as a night.
And
It's
we're
almost like
rolling-
you've broken and entered into other places. Interesting.
And so what kind of roll are we rolling?
Sneak
What was it
around.
called? Sneak around.
Yeah.
Can I use my streetwise and life lessons?
Sure.
7.
Okay.
I got 9.
Okay.
I got 8.
I'm going to say that Faye doesn't struggle that much with her own because this wouldn't be the first time that she uses these vines, and she's the one who has control over them, so they're going to help her. But she spends a lot of her time trying to help Ren and Esther.
And Ren and Esther, why do you need help?
I just don't understand what's going on. Why do we need vines? I'll just break the wall open.
I haven't done a lot of climbing or working out lately since my father's death. So I just haven't been like super physical. I've been focused on some other things. So I'm not like really out of shape, but the vine is a new material for me to be working with, and I haven't been like exercising my normal routine. So it's just a bit of a struggle.
And so as y'all are all trying to figure out how to grip the vine, trying to figure out how to climb, arguing with Ren about why y'all can't just blow a hole in the wall and that be a sneaky and efficient way to escape, you look over at Bill.
Well, Bill is very at home climbing up a vine and just being rascally. He's like a couple of characters that I won't name for copyright reasons, but they rhyme with Dry Duper and Barzan. Yeah, but he has definitely weaseled his way out of many situations before, or weaseled his way into situations. And so he's just flying.
And so as the 3 of you start pulling yourself up, working your way up the wall, one of the flashlights come over and lands on Esther. Hey, I think I got something over here, guys. The other comes, hey, what'd you talk about over here? Where over here? And so they all shine their flashlights on you, and they see all 3 of you. Say, hey, freeze, you're on private property.
Wait, but we rolled. We were
Yeah.
successful.
You're successful, but something bad happened.
Oh.
So you do manage,
10
you pull your way up, but they see you.
Can I send out an EMP shock with my brain?
Do
Oh
you have
my
that power?
goodness.
What the heck?
No, that'd be
That
Yeah.
is- no!
It's in there all the new
Dude,
toys.
that,
Under all the new toys.
I unleash the spirit bomb.
I just book it because we're like starting to climb.
Yeah.
So I'm already
Yeah, I guess
outside,
I'm-
right?
Oh yeah, you're on the outside. You can see the flashlights flashing around, and you can hey, free.
All right. I'm gonna sneak around the walls towards the front door, and I'm just gonna start banging on the front door, like.
Okay, and they turn around. They're like, "Yo, there's more of them! There's more of them!" And
I'm
that
gonna go,
distracts them. It's a freaking Wookiee, man! And so y'all successfully get up over the wall, let yourself down to the other side, and the policemen are running towards the front of the building to come around and find where y'all got. So y'all escape into the surrounding neighborhoods, things like that. Now y'all can go check out the second warehouse if you wish.
Yeah, sounds good.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Also, Faye turns. Wow, thanks a lot for that. I mean, I thought you would have just run off without us.
I really,
Thanks, Gorilla Man.
I wanted to, but Bryn owes me money, so I couldn't. He can't pay me if he's in jail.
Well, glad to know there's a sense of loyalty there. Okay, so
I only
make
go
it
to
to
the
the
cops,
second warehouse.
dead or alive. Most likely
Oh
dead.
my goodness, why are you so violent?
Why are you not?
Isn't Rin a pacifist?
Yeah.
What? You're doing a terrible job.
I shoot the police. Hashtag pacifism 2017.
It's an incapacitator gun, so
I'm leading
they
the
just
way to
pass
the
out.
second warehouse because I know the city really well.
Okay, you're using a
So
black
I'm
SUV.
leading the way back to the SUV because we didn't park like right up on it.
Okay,
we just parked at the front
Let it
door.
be known that Bill is riding a horse.
Oh my goodness.
made it.
Let it be
tattoos.
known that Esther ran the horse over.
Oh my goodness.
Gosh.
You can edit that out.
Bullseye! No!
All right, you drive over to the north warehouse, which is the other warehouse. Once again, seems abandoned.
And then I pull out my laptop and check for security cameras.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I check for people and check for security cameras at the same time, or should I do it separately?
Separately.
Okay. So, for the security cameras, I'll pull out my laptop. Use Codebreaker. So, the laptop and Codebreaker.
Okay.
And I guess the computers would work too, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. 11.
Okay. There are cameras in here, but they have already been shut off.
So, and then I'm going to go ahead and check for people's.
Okay.
And use biorhythmic and cybernetic. Yeah, 13.
Yeah. Okay. You see a couple of signatures. Yeah, you see 3 heat signatures.
So the good thing, the cameras are off this time. Yay! Bad thing, there's actually people there. So I think there's 3. Well, I can't really tell. I can just see heat. Might just be some really big computers running a whole bunch of energy, or 3 people. I don't really know. But we can shoot them
What?
with my cat.
No, we
You're
can't.
the greatest pacifist I've ever met.
Oh my goodness.
They're only down for a little bit, and
Faye.
they have no right memory of.
Yes,
Faye.
stop talking, Ren.
Could you do vines up to the window?
Yeah, no, that's
'Cause
fine.
I would love to be able to
To
get
just see in.
straight up there.
Sure.
Have a different vantage point.
So Faye makes, instead of doing the vines, because she already did that and it's boring, she makes this bamboo stick. Ren and Esther, I need y'all to hold the end of this bamboo stick, and then Bill is going to climb up, holding the front of the stick, and he's going to climb up the wall.
What are you doing?
I'm making the bamboo stick. I must watch you now. No, I can help you. It's fine. You're
So
obviously incompetent.
roll a change the game.
7 plus mind control and entangling vines, so 9.
On a 7 to 9, you get 1 juice, and you can use your 1 juice to inflict a status with a tier 1, create or summon new objects or beings with 1 tag of your choice, add a new temporary tag to 1 character, object, or location, remove 1 tier from a status, or burn 1 player character's tags. You could use it to make a bamboo pole 1.
Sure, that sounds good.
Okay. Bill, go ahead and roll a take the risk with Faye's +1 bamboo pole.
Oh, I understand now. So the +1 is that what you're talking about? Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, you create a tag that's bamboo pole 1,
Got it.
and then he gets to add it to his roll.
Got it.
All right. I am going to also. Bill is going to create an ectoplasm construct and attach it to the end of the pole, just in case this doesn't work out, and he doesn't want to just plummet to the ground.
Okay.
Do you not trust my work?
I don't trust your strength.
That was a really stupid move, Bill. You should really trust her. I always trust her.
Ren, shut up.
How do I know that this?
Oh my gosh, why does everything have to take so long in this group?
Well, you know, it really helps it speed up.
You know what? Why don't you just climb
People
up the
screaming in the middle of. Okay.
Was that Esther or Carrie?
That's for our viewers to decide.
So I use ectoplasm construct. I'm also using all in because this is the kind of thing
Okay.
that
Yeah.
you go or you fall.
Okay.
So it's +1 bamboo, +1 construct, +1 all in.
Okay.
And here come the snake eyes. 6, 7, 8, 9.
You manage to hook your way up the side of the building. You get up to the top of the window, and you look in. This warehouse is similar to the legendary solutions warehouse. In fact, it might even be a legendary solutions warehouse. But there is an area kind of towards the middle of the warehouse that has been cleared out. And there's been floodlights installed all around the perimeter of this area to kind of illuminate it. In the middle of the area, you see a chemistry lab almost. There is a very large table, which is actually just like boxes kind of pushed together. And there is a lot of chemistry equipment on it. And you see a man in a lab coat working with all of these different chemicals. And you recognize him as the man that you are looking for, Marcus Malcolm. As you're looking at this man, the bamboo pole that you're holding on to and working on, Esther and Ren, not really knowing how to properly use this technique, the bamboo breaks in the middle. And so you have one of two choices. You can fall, or you can try to catch yourself on there's not really a window seal, like try to catch yourself on the window.
But it's still a tin building.
Yes.
So if you catch yourself and slam up against the thing.
How high?
20 feet.
So I'm falling, or I hear this break. All right. So what I'm gonna try to do is, it breaks.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's going down perpendicular,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's gonna hit, and I'm gonna just. So what I'm gonna try to do is create a construct so as to not make a ton of noise. Create a construct that goes around the bamboo pole and has like a flat bottom, so it goes like this, and I stick the landing.
So you're gonna
'Cause
try
I'm
to
harnessed
ride the
in.
bamboo down.
I'm harnessed on the bamboo
Okay.
because I knew you were gonna try doing something, and I should have thought of a way to get onto the tin wall. But anyway, something bad would have still happened. So I'm harnessed into the bamboo. So if I can make a platform on the bottom of the bamboo pole.
So that wouldn't like fall over, it would
Yeah,
hold
so
itself,
like,
and you would
boom,
be
and I would just
balancing.
be like, okay. So I use ectoplasm constructs.
Okay.
I use all in, and I think quick hands is apt.
Okay.
Because I'm like,
Go ahead.
and I'm gonna use +1 for the bamboo.
I was gonna say you could probably still use the bamboo since you are utilizing it.
Okay, that's okay. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 with the bamboo.
Nice. Yeah, so you do it exactly
You're
like that. So you make this some sort of platform that does catch you, and you're still holding on to it. Unfortunately, the crack of bamboo echoes throughout the night, and you hear barking coming from inside of the warehouse.
I say, Jiminy Cricket. I take the bamboo and I just throw it because I don't want them to come outside and see it.
So Faye runs around. Wait, where's the door in comparison to where we are?
I'll say that you're on the side, halfway between the front and the back. So if you run around this way, you get to the front. If you run around this way, you get to the back.
Okay, I'm gonna run around to the back.
Ren follows Faye.
Esther follows.
I'll follow them, like, walking backwards, keeping eyes out on people trying to come after us.
Okay. You get around to the back. Nobody comes out the front of the warehouse. Nobody comes around the side that you were on. So you're like, maybe they went to the other side. You go around to that corner and you look down that way. There's still nobody on that side.
All right, what's everybody's ideas for the best ways to get in here?
What is the ultimate goal once we get inside?
We need to find out
Malcolm.
what these drugs are, right?
Yes.
Bill, update us on what you saw.
All right, so I saw Dr. Malcolm, the guy we're looking for, and there was definitely chemicals and chemistry sets. So they're doing stuff in there right now, and I think we really have to get in because I think they're gonna try to get out of here from some other way.
Did you see how many people there were?
I only saw one.
Okay.
And we heard a dog barking.
So is a better way to like climb in through the windows and try to sneak in, or do we need to just bust down the front door and go with it?
Bill, what do you know about Malcolm? Like, is he super violent? Is he super strong? Like,
I
we literally just know his name and that he does bad things. Well, did he look strong?
No, he's kind of a Ren. He's very flimsy looking, and he looks kind of like a trout.
Sounds like I could take him.
I think
That's
you
my
could.
thought too. And we could handle the dogs. I mean, you could, with your weird thing, you could create some sort of net or whatever.
Yeah, I could just stab him.
Or no,
Oh, no, not the dog.
Yeah,
You cannot kill the dog.
No, Faye and
I just
Esther
make
throw fit.
ectoplasm
Hey,
kennels, or
you are connected to nature. Why don't you just like talk to the dog?
Can
and
I
tell it to
use,
calm down?
does my Inspire Calm work on
you
animals
could use
too?
a vine muzzle.
That was
Banana
very
leaf.
weird.
That was not a
Please
good
don't
noise.
ever
Please
do
cut that out.
again.
Stop.
Stop.
I think my Inspire Calm can also work on animals, so I'm planning on using that when we go in.
I mean, you can try.
I mean, we're also assuming
There is no try.
there was only two.
Excellent.
We're also Okay, wait. So we're gonna go in the front. We're not gonna sneak in.
I say we go in the front.
Okay, cool. Let's do
I
it.
make an ectoplasm bolt cutter.
Yeah, go ahead.
Boom. 10.
Yeah, you successfully clip the bolts, take it off, and then you pull open the door as quietly as you can. It still goes, but not like.
I
So it's
somersault
not
in.
silent. Okay, you walk in. The
somersault
entire rest of the warehouse is dark, except for this part in the middle, which is partly obscured by boxes because there are boxes in between you and the illuminated area.
Ren, can you look for his heat signature?
Go ahead and roll. Investigate.
I think you need to prepare your vines because I'm thinking
It's
that
gonna be
when
a
we
little
find
sticky.
him, you're gonna need to strap it down.
Yeah, no, I agree. I guess in my head, and I probably should have clarified this. My bad. I'm clarifying it now. I like in this kind of situation, I have the vines just like near me, like they're already up from the ground and just kind of like,
They're, like,
following
following
me.
I can
So do they
picture it.
stretch like an indeterminate amount of space to like be
Sure.
next to you?
Sure.
What do you get?
7.
You can't make out exactly where he is, but you still see that he is near the middle of the warehouse.
Oh, he doesn't even care that we're here. What the heck?
He's so busy.
All right, I'm going to prepare my ectoplasm.
Wait, before you do
I've got
that,
my gun ready as well. I mean, we were going into a warehouse, so.
before we cause a big commotion, what if I just send in my vines and kind of wrap them up real quick? That could be a silent, easy way for us to figure out what's going on. He may not even resist all that much.
I mean, you know he's in the middle of the warehouse, but you don't know exactly where he is.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I could go in and distract him. And as I'm talking to him, you know, just BSing, and as we do, you could kind of sneak up on him and just wrap him up.
Sounds good. So Faye heads to. Nope. Because we don't know exactly where he is. So I follow, but probably at like a 5-foot distance so that I can get behind him once we kind of figure out what we're looking at. Esther, Ren, did y'all come with us or are y'all hanging back?
I'm
Me
going
and
around.
Esther are like fanning out.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I'm just trying to like see what I can kind of gather from the surrounding areas.
Hello? Are you there, Doc? Are you the one who's selling the chemistry set on Craigslist?
As you step out from between the boxes into the light, there are
He
these
shoots me in the
two massive dogs, just mutts. Well, they just have chains running from their collars into the darkness. But they are much larger than dogs should be. And these chains are much thicker than most dog chains would be. But as you step out into the light, they jump up at you, and their muscles tense against the chain links against their necks.
Holy what the?
The dogs jump at you. You do not see Dr. Marcus Malcolm.
I get really close to the dog, and I go.
Okay, you get right out of the reach, and it infuriates them. They're just opening their mouth, their gaping mouth, just trying to devour you, and you're just out of reach.
And then I walk towards the table.
Yeah, you walk right in between them, and they kind of follow along the perimeter of what they can reach. And you walk towards a table, and you see, a lot of chemistry equipment. And at the end of the table, at the end of this assembly line that he has been working on, you see little pouches, baggies, and pill bottles of drugs similar to the ones, or of this exact same type that you found on Pedro. From somewhere in the darkness, you hear a voice.
Did they send you to get me?
Do you have something stuck in your throat, mate?
Know what I look like a trout?
Yeah, you do. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just here to buy something from you.
They want what I took from them back. I'm not giving it back.
Okay, that's a really cool story and all. I'm just here to make a purchase.
Faye is moving towards the voice at this time, like very stealthily.
Okay. Roll and investigate to see if you know where the voice is coming from. Because it's bouncing off the steel walls and everything.
Oh my goodness. She can't be that far from him. Because she was right behind Bill.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to add something regarding being a teacher and just having that, I guess, I'm going to add flexible attention. Because she's able to kind of discern from having to sit in her classrooms and stuff. 9.
It's definitely coming from the right. So you start making your way over there.
Okay.
You can tell Jacoby that he was a blind fool to trust them. This is the way to use this drug. Not for some holy war, some stupid fight, but for money. That's what I'm doing. I'm gonna be rich, and I'm gonna run this city in a way that they never could. And you're not gonna stop me, you little snot-nosed punk, you lackey, looking at their boots. You're dead.
And right at that moment, you hear chains hit the ground as the dogs rush out at you, and the chains go slack, and whatever was holding them is gone. Roll a face the danger as one of the dogs leaps at you. The one that you went to.
All right. I will use ectoplasm construct to, like, the tattoos on my calves are going to go straight down and, like, push me up into the air.
Cool.
Just basically turn into, like, really tall stilts.
Sweet. Okay. Are they like spring loading? Like, are they just shooting you up and you're standing on stilts now?
They're like.
Or are you like spring hill jacking over these?
It's like pushing me up, like I'm standing on 2 columns.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
13.
Okay. Yeah, you zoom, get right up above these things, and they just clatter right past you.
I moon the dogs.
Oh my.
Yes, you do.
Idiots.
All right, so from the middle of the warehouse, you can hear the rustling of chains and the just rapid barking of ferocious dogs. What do the rest of you do? Or what does Bill do? Since this is our first combat of Misconceptions, I should explain that there's no initiative in City of Mist. You just kind of describe how things happen and work from there. And
how close do I have to be to inspire calm?
I mean, it's not like an area effect. It's just how do you use your tag to inspire calm?
I'm gonna start making my way towards them and just like, I don't know, I'm being very like mellow in my approach and just trying to like kind of ease the situation.
Okay. describe it. Describe it cinematically. How are you doing that?
Here, buddy. You're okay. Come down, little buddy. You're okay.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. What'd you get?
Snake eyes.
Oh man. So you're trying to talk nice to these dogs, trying to get their attention. So the one that like jumped and leapt at Jaime, he's over on the other side of the lit area.
At Bill.
Yeah, that leapt at Bill. The other one turns towards you and he kind of starts walking towards you. He has his head cocked in that, curious sound way. And you're like, hey, it's going to be okay. You're okay. And then all of a sudden he just lets out like this ferocious bark. And you take a shaken 2 status. The bark was unexpected, right in your face. And it really shakes you up. Who else?
I'm gonna go. I'm like going around. They don't see me still because I'm quiet, and my incapacitator gun. I've got that out.
Mm-hmm.
Can I say that I'm pretty close to one of the other dogs? They just don't see me. One that's kind of close to Jaime.
Sure. Since Esther went around this way, you could have gone around the other way, which would have put you towards the top of the lit area, I guess, where this other dog is.
Yeah. So I'm gonna pull that out and then have my cybernetic lenses kind of like zoom in, and then the incapacitator gun to shoot, and then this will just not paralyze the dog, but this will
mess with its
put it to
nervous
sleep?
system.
put it to sleep,
put it to sleep. Yeah.
basically.
Okay.
In the way they put him to sleep at the pound.
No.
Oh gosh.
10. Okay. What kind of status? Or I guess I should have said what this was. This was a hit with all you've got, so you rolled a 10 plus. So you get to choose one of those things from the hit with all you've got.
So I'm gonna say that I gain an advantage on the field, and then I secure a superior position. So Ren is sneaking around, sees what happens to Esther. And so I run in and I shoot the first dog, and it falls asleep.
Well, that'll depend on what your tag is. How much power did you roll with?
2.
Okay, so you're hitting him with a +2 status.
Yeah.
Okay. So you'll run and shoot him with your incapacitator gun, and what do you do with your secure a good position and gain an advantage on the battlefield?
I noticed that there's like a higher ledge, kind of like one of those
pile of boxes, maybe.
Yeah, a pile of boxes that are full of stuff, obviously.
Mm.
And so I kind of shoot, and I see the dog go down, and I run up to that higher ledge. That gives me advantage to either shoot at the chemistry guy, because I don't really know him, if he tries to shoot at someone else, or shoot at the other dog if it tries to attack Esther.
Okay. And you chose gain an advantage on the battlefield, which gives you 1 juice. So if you look over at change the game, you can use your juice to do one of those top change the game things. And before you do that, go ahead and give me a status for the dog that you did shoot with your incapacitator gun. So you had a +2 status.
Mm-hmm.
So what kind of status are you inflicting on him? What's the name of it?
Dreams Away. How about that one?
Dreams Away? Okay.
Yeah.
So you hit him with a Dreams Away 2 status. So go ahead and write that and give it to me. What do you want your advantage tag to be? Your +1 advantage tag?
Higher ground.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give yourself a higher ground 2. Or high ground 1, sorry. What else? Or who else?
So the minute that Faye heard the end of Malcolm's speech and him dropping the chain, she started sprinting towards where she last heard the sound.
Okay. And I'll say that you, after knowing kind of where he was and then hearing the dropping of the chains, you book it and you see him kind of crouched behind a couple of boxes. Little shrimpy dude in a lab coat.
Okay, so I still have my vines that have been following me. But I think it's important with these vines to note that, like, it's, like, they're awkward because they have now been following me through the warehouse.
They've been following you for a couple of dozens of feet.
Right, and they're coming out of the ground from the front door. So, like, they're just kind of a mess. So you're starting to be able to notice these, like, vines now that have followed me. So the minute I see him, I send them straight to him to bind wrists, feet.
Since he doesn't know you're there yet, go ahead and roll a hit with all you've got.
Okay. Same mind control over nature and entangling vines tags.
Good.
8 plus 2, so 10.
So you get 10 plus, you get to choose one of those. Or you get to choose 2 of those.
Okay, so I'll do you get them good and hold his attention. And I
Okay.
guess I get him not, like, more with just the shock because he didn't know I was there.
Yeah.
Um,
He was completely focused on Bill and then Esther popping out and then Rin popping out and shooting one of his dogs in the butt.
It's just scatterbrained.
Yeah,
Right.
he did not see you coming and your
Right.
50-foot long vines. So what is the status that you hit him with?
entangled and confused.
Okay. And at what level?
I had 2 power tags and then the 1 tier, so would that be 3?
Yeah, that would be 3.
Okay.
Yeah, so you vault over these boxes and he hears you, and as he turns around, it's too late as your vines wrap around his, you said his wrists and his ankles.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and he just is completely entangled in these vines and falls down and says, "No, no, 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 they're coming for me, they're going to find me!"
Faye turns and yells, Bill, come this way. Because she knows that he's the one who, like, obviously needs this guy for some random reason.
Yeah, so Bill turns and looks at Faye, and then the dog at Bill's feet turns and looks at Faye. Huh?
I'm still, because the dog still needs to be calmed. Yes.
Yeah, it was shot in the butt, and so you saw, like, these blue veins creep out from where it was shot, but then they disappeared kind of. It's kind of limping where Ren shot it, but it is still up.
And the other dog's just fine, isn't it?
Yeah, the other dog has not been touched.
All right, I'm dropping the people's elbow on the other dog. He's right under me.
Do it.
I'm just gonna go. That's 2 elbow slaps. And I'm just gonna jump and go straight down. And I'm gonna use a +1 from falling because I'm dropping down onto this dog. I'm using ectoplasm constructs, obviously. Soul crusher, yeah,
How are you using the ectoplasm constructs?
because I was standing on them and I'm jumping off of them.
Oh, okay.
Skull crusher, rough exterior, all in.
So hold on. Ectoplasm, Skull Crusher.
Yeah. Do you want me to drop rough exterior and do all in?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
What'd you get?
16,
Oh my gosh. All right.
15.
Yeah, you plummet from how many feet up were you?
I would say like 10 to 12.
Okay. So yeah, you recall the tendrils or whatever back into your shins, and you come down with your people's elbow right on top of the dog's crown. And since it was a hit with you got definitely 10 plus. Choose 2 that you do.
I'll take a superior position, and that I'll come back. Boom. So we can do 2, right? So I get them good. So I +1
So
tier
plus
it.
1, yeah.
And then after I hit him with the elbow, I get him in like a headlock, and I start giving him a noogie.
Okay.
Because I can.
Yeah. So you hit him with a tier 4. So yeah, you come down on the crown of this dog's head. It turned to look at Faye, and then you come down on the crown of its head, and it goes, and you just knocked it out. As you wrap up its neck, it is just limp in your hands. The other dog. It is. So I guess it's going to go after Ren since he shot in the butt. He is going to try to jump
Is
up
he,
the
like,
barrel of
dragging his back
boxes.
legs?
He's going to try to bound up the pile of boxes to get at Ren. So Ren, roll a face the danger, and you can add your +1 superior, or was it? Higher ground.
Yeah, so in addition to my tags.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have high ground.
So
dude.
Ren sees this dog struggling and limping and trying to climb towards him. So I'll use my incapacitated gun and then my lenses to make sure I get it really good this time when it actually goes down.
Yeah. Well, you're not shooting it. You're avoiding being bitten.
Oh, avoiding.
Yeah.
Okay.
So how do you avoid being bitten?
I'm gonna use my cybernetic lenses and glance my surroundings first, because it's taking this dog some time, like a couple seconds, to get to me, and so then I see that there's like another pile of boxes about like 5 feet away that I'm like analyzing with my brain with my heightened processing speed to see if I can like make it, and I think I can. Okay. So So I'm going to try to leap over to that pile of boxes.
I'll say you can use your heightened processing speed, but not your lenses,
Okay.
because your lenses won't really help you avoid the fight or avoid the bite.
Yeah. So that and then the higher ground tag.
Okay, so +2. Go ahead and roll.
11.
Okay, yeah. So you jump from this pile of boxes to the next, and this dog gets to where you were, and it bites down with its massive jaws, shattering the box that you were just standing on, and then it kind of tumbles down the other side of the pile, just completely whiffed. Is that everybody who's gone?
I think Esther needs to. Oh no, that's
No, Esther came out and tried to calm it down.
That's true.
Okay, so there is. Malcolm isn't going anywhere. He is wrapped up very tight and well, but this dog is still. He jumped over and kind of fell into the shadows, on the other side of the boxes.
Jeez, that was a close one.
I still want to try to inspire calm, but I had a question about the weakness tags, because those are what help us get new power tags, right?
Yeah.
So I wanted to try to inspire calm, but I also wanted to use the weakness tag. I didn't have a dog growing up.
Okay.
And so maybe my weakness tag with Dad's not here now, and he didn't really do any teaching or anything with like how to be
so he
around
didn't teach
animals.
you how to. Okay.
Or being around dogs like this. Like
Sure.
we did lots of training, but this wasn't something that we got around to
Sure.
addressing.
So you'll take a -1 to whatever you roll.
Mm-hmm. And does the shaken also, is that -2?
So you got a -3 to whatever you roll.
That's good,
But you
'cause
do get
Snake Eyes
one.
has been a
You
big
get
one.
one attention to Daddy's girl.
Do I, so five plus 1 for my inspire calm would be 6, so it's 3.
Okay. So you jump over the boxes and you see the dog kind of on the other side of the boxes. His head is turned away from you. His back is facing you, and you walk up and you're saying encouraging, kind words to this dog.
Hey, little buddy, we're not here to hurt you. Granted, he shot you, but you're okay.
Okay. And as you reach out to pet him, he whirls around with his massive jaws and just clamps down on you, and you take a injured 2 status. So you hear Esther scream out from the other side of the boxes.
So I'm going to say, since Ren is closest, I just like sprint towards her with my gun ready.
Okay.
Assuming that something terrible is happening, obviously.
Uh-huh.
And I see what's going on, and I just immediately try to shoot the dog.
Okay.
And trying to not shoot Esther.
Don't shoot
Okay.
the
Oh
dog.
god.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go. This will be a go toe to toe.
I got 5, and then I'm going to use the gun, and I'm going to use the biorhythmic scanner to see where, because it's in the dark, to see where Esther is, and then see where the dog is, so that I actually shoot the dog and not Esther.
Okay. So what'd you roll on total?
7.
Okay. And I'll say that tell me what tags you're using before you roll.
Okay.
That's usually how it works. But anyways, okay, you jump over, and you see the dog, and you take a shot at it. And how much power tags did you have?
2.
Okay, +2. So that steps it up to a 3 dreams away status inflicted on it. And so you shoot it, and it lets go of Esther's arm, and then it spins around and comes at you and bites at you, inflicting an injured 2 status.
This dog.
Yeah, give yourself a injured 2 status. Who else? So on the other side of this pile of boxes, you hear Esther scream. You hear Ren running over to it. You hear a pop pop, and then roar, ah!
I will run over really quick, and then I decide to swoop in and help by turning my ectoplasm construct into a lasso.
So ectoplasm construct,
and quick hands.
constructs and quick hands.
Yeah. 7.
Go ahead and choose one of these. Go toe to toe. If you're wanting to inflict a status on him, you need to choose a second one So you get them good, inflicting a status with tier equals power.
Lasso.
Okay. So lassoed, and what's your tags on that? It was 2.
But why can't I lasso him and then get the third one?
Because go toe to toe is when you're struggling with somebody. And so you succeed in your struggle, but how do you succeed? Do you inflict a status? Do you manage to get to whatever you're trying to get to? Or do you like block them and stuff? So going toe to toe doesn't automatically mean that you inflict a status on him. And as you lasso his feet and you pull him back to you, he is going to let out a loud bark towards you, and you are a shaken 1.
How long do we have statuses for?
Until you rest a sufficient amount of time to recover them.
Okay, so Faye hears all of this and is like, crap, stupid. And so she props him up, and he's not going anywhere anyways because he's all entangled.
Mm-hmm.
Bolts over to where they are. She designs a cage with a new set of vines. So you see these vines that come like, I can't think of the word. Help me.
They burst through?
Yes, thank you. They burst through the front door and come over, and she like fastens this cage together around the dog. So entangling vines, mind control.
At what point are you going to limit these vines? Because I know it's coming.
I'm waiting for it too.
Let's keep pushing.
11.
Okay.
So I get them good.
Okay. So step it up by 1.
I'm going to do there's no collateral damage. Despite the vines bursting through, it doesn't hit any of the people or any of the other dog.
So I'll say that you vault over, you shoot out your vines. Right as the dog has barked and he's about to get up and bite Bill, the vines wrap around him, and between Bill's lasso and your vines, you have successfully put this dog and wrapped him up, and he is restrained. He is struggling against the restraints, but he is sufficiently restrained. So dog 1 unconscious, dog 2 tied up, mad drug scientist next to a pile of boxes all tied up as well.
Great. So I run back over to the scientist because...
Okay. He's struggling, trying to get out, but he is sufficiently tied up.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to drag him actually back to where the light is and the table so that everybody else can come join me and we can talk to him and stuff.
Waterboard him.
No, we are not waterboarding this poor
I've got
guy.
a couple extra water bottles in my backpack.
Stop. Okay, so Faye drags him. Also, please note at this point, all 3 of them are like either tending to their injuries, and you just see Faye like arm around his waist while he's like thrashing, and she's this little like 5'3" girl like.
Yeah. So you drag him into the middle of the room.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What are they paying you? I swear I'll pay you more. You have no idea how much money I've made off of this.
I slap him.
He's whimpering a little.
Please, I don't know what they have on you.
He's all yours. I don't care. You and Ren, do your thing.
What's up with the drugs? What are you making?
I took somebody else's formula, and I made it more lucrative.
Who?
What?
Whose formula did you take? Please tell us.
You know, the one who sent you. I know why you're here. I know they sent you. And I know you know who he is. Who they all are.
Have you been taking this drug?
If I had, you would not have been able to defeat me.
What does this drug even do?
He's been taking the drug.
I mean, you as Ren, you know what the drug does. This is a drug that after
Well, like,
people
makes
take
people
it, yeah.
crazy and
Yeah,
stuff.
it makes them like. Bah.
What kind of powers does this drug do? I know it makes you go crazy and stuff, but it's just it makes. I mean, I just saw all these videos of people attacking each other because of your dumb drug.
My drug is not dumb. You take that back.
It's really dumb.
Stop, he's getting his feelings hurt.
Drug dealers don't have feelings.
Yes, they
You
do.
can't-
I'm not a
Yes.
drug dealer. I'm
Terrible
a
thing.
scientist. A brilliant
Right, and who
scientist.
deals your drugs that you make?
Drug dealers.
Who's your top seller? Who buys from you most?
Pedro.
True.
Thank you, Pedro.
What were you talking about when you said holy war? What's that?
They have plans for this city.
Who are they?
The ones who sent you.
Your mother?
Sick burn, bro.
He looks at you almost for the first time, and his eyes kind of widen, and he says,
If they didn't send you, then who did?
Who do you think sent us?
and right as he says that, you hear glass shattering behind you. You hear the air split with a rifle fire. And then the doctor's head snaps back. Rin, you get splattered with a bit of his blood and brain matter. As a bullet just shreds through his head and comes out the back. What do y'all do? Split second. Tell me.
Drop.
I drop and draw my gun.
I form a riot shield and face it towards the broken window.
Okay. You all drop, raise your shield, raise your gun. Another shot breaks through the glass and strikes the chemistry set, and it starts to go up in flame. Malcolm is bleeding out on the ground. He's gone. The table full of chemicals is going up in flames, and the product is starting to catch on fire as well. What do y'all do?
These vines, man. So the vines that were holding him, when the guns.
Yeah.
Gosh.
So there were two shots.
Yes, when the
one
shot
that took out
hit,
Malcolm,
and
then
I.
the one that hit the chemistry set. But there's not been any other shots fired at you.
Cool.
A few seconds have passed.
Cool. So when I heard the shots, I dropped. Because of all of that, the vines released themselves because I wasn't focusing anymore.
Okay.
So I'm going to send one of those that was already there over to the chemistry set and grab one of the pill bottles that was at the end of the table.
Okay.
And then I'm booking it out of there.
You just grab one of them really quick, grab it in your hand, and start running.
Yeah.
You all book it out of the warehouse. Pretty soon the fire spreads to all the other materials. It's going up. If anyone looks at the rooftops to see who shot, you do not see anybody. Whoever was there is gone.
Dang it! I should have grabbed the dog.
Oh yeah, as soon as the fire started, the dog ran out the front door and into the city. He's gone. But as you're watching this flame go up, you don't even hear any fire alarms or anything like that yet. You look at the bottle that you grabbed, Faye. It has a symbol on it. The symbol looks like a spiky fleur-de-lis, or maybe it's you're not sure what it looks like. It might be a spiky fleur-de-lis. It might be a crown with 5 points with a sword sticking through it, or like a spear sticking through it. It could be some sort of bird in flight, facing upside down. You're not quite sure. But as you're looking at this, Esther, you take a glance at this bottle and you immediately recognize it. This is a symbol that showed up in your father's writings in his journal. If you are not emotionally invested in whatever these three people were into, it is now apparent to you that whatever is going on here is somehow related to your father.
So this symbol was drawn in my father's notebook.
Yeah.
Was it drawn on a bottle or was it just drawn?
He sketched it. He sketched it on a page in one of his journals.
Right, but I'm saying
is
it just the symbol or did he just draw the symbol or did he draw a bottle with that symbol?
It's just a symbol.
I'm gonna say I immediately see that Faye has this bottle, and I very rudely grab it out of her hand.
No, you
What
don't.
are you doing?
Excuse me, I'm an intelligent computer. I can look it up and all over the internet and the
You're
entire
a
city.
computer. I don't know about the intelligence.
At least I
Faye,
can
why
count
did
with
you
my 2
grab that
hands.
bottle?
I thought it would be important. It hadn't been touched by the fire yet.
Well, can you find anything, Rin?
You image search this.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll say you search it. There's no such thing that has ever been seen or recorded that looks like this symbol.
Nope, nothing. It's nothing on the internet.
I'll take it.
Is this symbol on my poker chips?
I'm not trusting any of
you've
you
never
with
seen
this
this.
yet.
We're friends, aren't we?
No,
You have
we're
my
not.
phone number.
I don't
We're
Okay,
Facebook
if I have your
friends. We're
stop.
pairgram friends.
I will go back with you if you want to look at this more, but I am not just going to hand this off to any of you.
Fine.
I'll say that at this point it is like 2 a.m. in the morning. It is a weekday. It is a weekday night. Some of you have to get up and go to work in the morning. Are you going to split ways and reconvene at a later time?
I think I can help you if you'll come back to my bar tomorrow.
Okay, deal. I will bring the bottle. I swear to you.
I just like pull out my scooter from my backpack and just like start building it back up. And I was like, I'll see you guys later. I actually have a job to go to tomorrow.
I'm a teacher, you idiot.
For children. What do you even teach them? Their ABCs? I already know that.
Oh my gosh.
And I just like zoom off. It's like, but.
I open my Goober app and I get a car to come.
I'll say that I was gonna talk to you this out of episode, and I may cut this out, but Jeremiah has a deal with a local taxi service called Styx Ferry Service, and if it's basically they work like an Uber for you. If you need them to pick you up, they can come pick you up. They can take you to a job. They can take you anywhere whenever you are
ferry service
doing stuff.
Sticks.
Ferry. Underwater passage. That's clever.
So if you want to, your Goober or whatever, you could actually dial the number of this that Jeremiah has given you, and
Hello?
a taxi to come pick you up.
I need a ride. I want to ride to your bar and then get picked up if that's cool.
Fair.
Okay.
I fall asleep in the backseat.
All right. So you all part ways. I want to do a montage to end this episode, set to like some trendy underground music. You know, very angsty. Everyone, tell me what. I'll start with Esther. What do you do at the end of your first mission? You have your doubts, you have your concerns, all of that. Let's start with Esther. Esther, give me a montage shot of what Esther does.
When I get back to the bar, I go back into the office area, and I reach into my drawer and I pull out my version of a little black book.
Uh-huh.
And I start jotting down notes about things from the evening, about the people I met. This would look very similar to if you were to look at my dad's black book and you were to look at my book. It would look very similar to the beginning of his.
Uh-huh. Okay, so you're writing your own book. Is there a picture of your dad somewhere in your office?
Yeah, it's like right on the desk.
Okay, so as you're looking up, you look up at the picture of your dad, and it kind of zooms into the picture, and then it fades to Bill. You're riding in the taxi cab. What do you do?
I'm in a taxi cab. I get back home. But walk in, there's kind of clothes everywhere. There's like dishes in the sink, and I just like walk over to my fridge, open it up. There's a flicker and a yellow light, and I pick up like a carton of 2-day-old Chinese food and just start eating it. Like sit there and kind of like am contemplating, and then afterwards, I get up and I walk into a room that's very clean compared to the rest of the house, and I lay in a bed that is way too small for me. Yeah, today was really fun. I met quite a few new people that you would have really liked them. They're a very interesting lot, but we got to fight bad guys. I know you like it when Daddy fights bad guys, and I miss you, son, and I hope you have a good night. And then I just like kiss a teddy bear and walk into my bedroom, and then I just kind of lay down and look to the left of me, and there's nothing there, and I just kind of like a tear drops down my face as I go to sleep. Good night, honey.
And the lights dim out. And as the lights dim out, they come back on as Ren is flipping on the switch to his office.
We focus to Ren. He's flipping on the switch because at his business, they like start working at like 5 or 6 anyways. Just because for some reason they're weird like that. And there's like a stack of like resumes that Pablo, of like the 2 things I told Pablo to do was to unload the boxes and look at resumes or print them off. So we're at like a stack of resumes, and I'm going through to see after my other 2 guys quit, and I like decided to choose on a guy named Andy, and then who is extremely intelligent, and I can like see all the stuff that he's like doing on the dark web as well as like his real resume while I'm like searching in my brain. And then this girl Deja, who is like, very up and coming and was very similar to me. So I like pick their 2 resumes out and then set them aside, and like get this very artificial, very uncomfortable cot out, and I put it in. I got this tiny like pint-sized pillow that I just like lay down. I'm like, well, might as well get 3 hours of sleep.
So you lay down and you kind of recline in this cot, and it pans over, and we pass like between a wall, and we come out on the other side. There is the blue light of a TV screen is illuminating this living room, and there's a man reclining very much how you were reclining. He has a beard, a tattoo of a snake and a knife on his hand, in that same hand, or in his forearm. And in his hand is a bottle of beer, half drunk. And you hear some whimpering in the background, and he kind of turns around and he says, "Don't make me come back there, boy. You better shut up." And the kind of gets quieter. And then he gets up from his recliner, goes into the kitchen, throws his glass bottle into the sink. It shatters into a million pieces. And he bends down to grab another bottle, and when he comes up,
We need to talk.
Jesus! He lifts up his bottle to throw it.
We're gonna make this interesting. So he's got a cactus,
Nice.
like one of those little ones that you like keep, like you, because it's the only plant that anybody can keep alive. And so he's got like a small potted cactus, and so that suddenly just like grows and creates this barrier between the 2 of us, where I can still like see him, but he can't. It throws off his aim, and he's
Okay, so he throws it and it just shatters against the this cactus. What's going on?
and it recoils and goes back down. Let's try again. I think we need to talk.
You're some kind of witch. You're some kind of demon or something. He grabs one of the kitchen knives and he wobbles it out and shakingly holds it between you and he.
I didn't want to have to do this. And then you see the vines come under the front door and up the wall to where he is, and then they wrap around his hands.
Yeah, he drops the knife on the ground. What? Hey! Does it lift him off the ground or anything? Or just wrap him up?
No, it pushes him against the wall, so it wraps his hands, and then, like, since they were coming up on the wall, they just pull him back against the wall.
So he is just plastered against the wall.
I think the 2 of us are going to have a nice little chat so that you can learn how to behave.
We cut from that and we see a little boy in his room kind of up underneath the covers, and we hear screaming. Oh God, no! Oh no! Oh no! And then the boy gets up, he goes to the door, opens it very slowly, the light streams into his room, he says, Dad? We hear a door close from somewhere else in the apartment. The boy runs into the living room and sees his dad kind of cowering in fear in a corner in the very alleyway shotgun style kitchen. Dad, are you okay? Just stay away from me, boy. I don't want any more trouble from you. I just go to your room, kid. I'm not gonna touch you anymore. All right, Dad. And then he walks away, and the last shot is just this man quivering in the corner, just holding his wrist and wringing his hands.
End of episode. Thanks for listening to this episode of Misconceptions. We'll be back next week with our next episode. Now, thanks for making it through that long episode. Usually our episodes won't be that long. I try to keep the episodes around an hour long, bite-sized as they were. But this one just went long. It was just the nature of combat, the nature of wrapping it all up to give us a nice little narrative end to this scenario. But we will return to our normally scheduled 1-hour episodes next week. I also apologize for my sniffling, towards the end of the episode. If you haven't guessed it yet, I have really bad allergies and sinus problems. Usually, that is all taken care of with, Zyrtec and Sudafed. But I guess towards the end of this recording session, my meds were wearing out. But don't worry, that won't happen again. I'll take my medicine to keep me nice, dry, and crusty. Ugh, I don't know if that would be any better. Please find us on Facebook and Twitter. You can check out updates from our show or just keep up with whatever we're doing. If you like us, share us. We are a new show, and every listener counts. And if you really want to help us out, leave us a rating and reviewing on iTunes so that we can rise up in the charts and so people will actually see us when they Google City of Mist or actual play or Misconceptions. Because right now it's kind of hard to find us. And if you're sitting there thinking, hey, you know what? I do like the show, but somebody else is going to take care of that for me. Well, we don't have anybody who has done that yet. Nobody's given us a rating or reviewing on iTunes. So you could be the first. Be the change you want to see in the world. Look at that man in the mirror and be like, Shaman! That was a sick Michael Jackson reference, wasn't it? Anyways, please go over, leave us a rating or review. Tell us how much you like us because no one has yet. If you're waiting for someone else to, don't wait. Do it now. And you know what? You could give us, I'll just give you a little example. You could give us 5 stars and you can say, this is a great show. I love it. David is a very sexy person. I have only heard his voice, but I can infer that must be how he looks. It would actually kind of be funny if everybody did do that. I wonder what iTunes would do about that. City of Mist is an RPG game created by Son of Oak Productions. If you like their stuff and you want to check out more of it, check out sonofoak.com. The music you heard at the beginning of the episode, and we'll hear here in a little bit, was written by Aaron Wharton. You can find more of his music at aaronwharton.net. And that's all for today, folks. And remember, a noun is a person, place, thing, or idea.